Welcome to New Hope Ice Arena for the 21st annual Armstrong Cooper Girls Hockey Holiday Classic. A matchup tonight between the host team, the Armstrong Cooper Wings, and the Fergus Falls Otters, making their first tournament appearance here. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. Glad you could join us here on CCX Sports as we wind down 2016. And Dan, it's been kind of a difficult year, to be honest, for the host team, the Armstrong Cooper Wings. One win so far coming into the tournament. Got a new coach this year. They've had quite a few injuries, but they're looking at this as a game that, they hope to be able to stay in and maybe do some good things here, and especially after taking a pretty good beating the other night against Champlain Park. Yeah, well, that was because you're using a player that was a regular player, not a goalie. But, we're dealing with two very young teams here. Armstrong Cooper's got 13 9th and 10th graders on this team. They only got 4 seniors. So it's a real young team. So they're learning, but the first year of varsity here, that can be tough, especially when you're playing in the Northwest Suburban Conference. So it's a struggle. This tournament is probably an opportunity for them to get a few wins here, and that's what they're looking for. And for Fergus Falls, a program that's, kind of been on the rise a little bit. They were in their section final. They're a Class A team. They lost in the Section 6 championship against Alexandria, who's become a, pretty strong girls hockey program. But they lost just 3-2 to Alex last week. They play a lot of AA schools in their schedule in their conference, and they're a program that's definitely made some noise, made some strides. They're a little bit under 500, but a pretty good team. Well, when you consider the fact they've lost 4 games by 1 goal, and one of those was in overtime, they're really close. They could be above 500 right now, actually. So I'm excited to see the Otters play. They've got a couple good players. Their goaltender looks like she's very solid, but again, what we'll see here is a contrast to conferences also. With the Northwest Suburban, we know what that's about. But again, looking at the Northern Conference, we'll see what they bring to the table tonight. Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on, starting with Armstrong Cooper and Leah O'Brien, a sophomore forward for them, leading scorer for the Wings so far this season. She is their main scorer. She's got 13 points, a couple power play goals. She's the one they turn to and leading them, and that's a tough responsibility for a sophomore, but she seems to be holding up. But she's going to have to perform tonight to get her team over the hump and get a win against the Otters. Elsa Brustel, their coach, saying she's got a good shot and she's not afraid to use it, and that's never a bad thing. And for Fergus Falls, they've also got a sophomore who's done very well this season, Sophie Rausch, and I see her numbers: 12 goals, 9 assists for the Otters, and a player that sees the ice well. Well, and she's grown a little bit this year, so she's kind of letting the physical skills kind of catch up to her, but good hands, sees the ice really good. Obviously the leading scorer with 21 points, and they look to her to get them through. Big on the power play, her also. And that's where you look for your leaders to be on the power play, to really step up and put the puck in the net. So I expect she will put a puck in the net or two tonight. Each team has one more game coming up on Saturday, New Year's Eve, but tonight it'll be the Wings and the Otters facing off on a snowy evening in New Hope. Stay with us. Live coverage of girls hockey from the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Tournament is next on CCX Sports.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena, the South Rink here, which is the home of the girls program, Armstrong Cooper. So the tournament being conducted on both rinks, or the old and the new rink. I call this the new rink still. It's not all that new anymore, but the Wings, this is where they normally play their girls games. And there's a look at the Otters as they gather around their starting goalie, Jaden McKeever. So young goalies, a sophomore playing for Fergus and a freshman will be in goal for Armstrong Cooper, Kaylee Launderville.
Looking at Jaden McKeever, her numbers are pretty good, even though a 3.40 record. She's got a 2.50 goals against and a .907 save percentage. Pretty good, above 90 percentile. That's pretty good. We'll see if she can be tested tonight by the Wings.
So it'll be Sadie Bresnahan facing it off against Sophie Rausch as we get set to begin tonight's game. And the Wings knocking it into the Fergus Falls zone. Armstrong Cooper wearing their road jerseys tonight. For one of the 3 games in the tournament, they put themselves as the visitors. So officially Fergus is the home team here this evening and wearing the white jersey, so they'll get last change. Here comes Rausch on the rush up here. Chance for a 2-on-1. Tried to get the pass across, but broken up there by Caitlin Quinn. Then it comes in on Launderville. Here's a follow-up try, and it's a goal. Fergus Falls on the board in the first shift as Abby Hobbs stayed with it and knocks it home. And the Otters are on the board first.
Boy, good rush by the Otters right there. Got off to a 2-on-1. The Armstrong Cooper D made a good play on Rausch and stopped the pass here, but it went in on goal as it bounced, and she couldn't get a hold of it, and the rebound was sitting there, and in comes Hobbs, and she blasted in from the left-hand side and puts the Otters up by a goal.
The goal number 1 this year for Hobbs. So 31 seconds in, Fergus Falls strikes early.
Miss Hobbs just has herself a successful tournament now. She got her first goal of the year. Nice rush, way to go to the net, boy. There were 3 Otters right there pushing on it. That's how you score goals.
Stopped at the blue line here. Fergus Falls looking to counter here. Back out to center, picked up there by Lydia Mann. Throws it to the AC line here. Anna Lorenz up with the puck. Her pass into the middle knocked away, and Fergus Falls gets it. Ooh, and a dangerous one there. Got by a few sticks on the way out. Batted back into the Otter zone by Anna Lorenz there. Wings fighting, trying to keep it in, but unable to do so. And then the rush broken up as Annika Oman brought it out of there. Now a pass over to the left side to Lydia Mann for Fergus Falls. Mann will dump it into the AC zone. Back to gather it here. Lindsay Winter for the Wings. Take away the centering pass broken up by Lorenz. Mann back to gather it. Taken by Haley Matson for Armstrong Cooper. Picked up though by Oman. Oman will get it back, and then her pass off a skate. Wings able to break it out here as Haley Matson, and her pass skitters away, and Fergus looking to quickly counter. Intercepted there. We might have too many players on the ice here, I'm thinking.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they've got 6 out there right now. Yeah. There's a look at Kaylee Launderville for the Wings.
Got kind of a little high goals against at 8.83 with an 8.05 save percentage, but freshman playing in the Northwest Suburban, and when you look at the schedule too, I mean, Armstrong Cooper, they've already played Elk River, Centennial, Blaine, in their last game against Champlain Park. I mean, 12-2. They've hit the meat of the Northwest Suburban, and it's tough when you're a young team to play experienced teams like that.
There's Elsa Brustel, the new coach this year for Armstrong Cooper, so it is a too many players on the ice penalty here for AC.
Fergus right now, their power play is working at about 26%. That's pretty good. But if you can get to 25%, that's a good power play.
They work it from behind the net, and then that pass went all the way through. Just a little off target.
Looking for the back door there. It was there too.
Nice job to break that pass up, but they're unable to clear. Hallie Sheridan holding it at the line here for Fergus Falls. Giving it back to Mann. And then down low, Rausch. Right back for Mann, and then right back for Rausch behind the net. They're looking for an opening. Puts it in the high slot and hammered just wide by Sheridan. Pretty good setup, but couldn't put it on target. Back down to the corner in a battle here. Caitlin Quinn unable to keep control. Rausch now up with it. Rausch spinning away. Banks it back out to the point here to Ellie Anderson. Work it around to Sheridan. 50 seconds to go in the power play here for Fergus Falls. Here's a slap shot. Launderville makes the stop as Lydia Mann kind of got tired of working the puck around and said, you know what, I'm just going to put one on net and see if something good can happen for us.
Well, the point of the power play is to get a shot on net. You can pass it around a little too much, and you saw a good setup there, and she just kind of took a look and just let her rip. Really impressive, number 4 here, the Haley Sheridan shot. Boy, she took a one-timer from Rausch and just ripped it. Missed the net.
Ellie Anderson putting that one on goal. Launderville to save. It squirts out front. Otters trying to get to it, and now puck finally controlled and cleared by Isabel Kriesel, a freshman for Armstrong Cooper. Maybe time for one more rush here for Fergus as they pick it up with about 20 seconds to go. Chloe Nelson tried to come up the middle with it there, broken up by Paige Olson, but they follow up with Oman carrying it now. Oman a shot and into the glove of Launderville. And there'll be a face-off in the Armstrong Cooper zone with just 3 seconds left in the penalty time, which is being served by Maggie Hansen, but it was too many players on the ice. A bad change for Armstrong Cooper. They've done a pretty good job on the penalty kill here, though. Last shot just floated on net. They get an offensive zone draw out of it. And here's a shot from the point. Hits a body in front, and then the backhander's wide. Penalty is over. Armstrong Cooper has killed it off. So we stay at 1-0 Fergus Falls, but we got another penalty coming up right here. Going to be a hooking call. And so just after killing one off, there will be another penalty issued to Armstrong Cooper as Lauren Price will be called for the hook.
Roush was doing a little bit of dangling down there, kind of moving around, and all of a sudden the stick got caught up underneath her arm there, and Lauren Price pulled her down and giving the Otters another power play.
Roush will drop it back to the point here to Mann. Mann able to avoid the defender, but then coming over to help with Sophie Zimmerman. In behind the net, Roush. Back out to the point, they'll work it now. Ooh, umbrella up top, Sheridan. Now passing over left side. Here's the shot and a goal. Ellie Anderson took the shot. Not sure if anybody got a piece of that on the way in or not. It seemed to bounce a little bit. I think the official's checking right now just to see if anybody got a touch on that one or not. It looks like they're going to say it's Anderson's goal.
Nice move right here. Got herself in a little closer and just ripped it. No, it looks like it went straight through. Number 9, Jaden Zierden was right there, but or Jade Zierden was there, but I don't think she touched it. I think it slipped by her, but the goalie was screened on that.
Here's a high shot into the chest of Jaden McKeever, making her first real save of the game for Fergus Falls right there. So I think they are going to award the goal to Ellie Anderson. I could see her teammates pointing at her when the official was over there.
First test for Jaden McKeever. Made a nice stop on a high shot.
Anderson will carry it in. No chance to understand what they say on the PA in this rink, so I'm not going to be able to give you the assist or the official goal. I'm sorry, I'm just telling it like it is. Push back into the wing zone here. Caitlin Quinn controlling, flips it across to Haley Hansen. And a giveaway here. Here's a chance out front, but a good recovery as Vivian Karsnia was about to shoot that puck and got nudged off it by Quinn. Here's Hansen leading the rush for AC. The pass to the right side, looking for Leah O'Brien. O'Brien trying to win that puck back. It's off a skate, comes out front, a shot. Knocked down by the defender. Still dangerous as it slides by the net. Armstrong Cooper's first sustained pressure really of the game so far. And here's a shot, and it's going to be McKeever making the glove catch. And she will hang on. As you see, Jaden McKeever, they've got a pair of sophomore goalies. She has gone 3-4 so far this year, 2.59 goals against and a .907 save percentage. So pretty decent numbers.
Yeah. Stood up good there. She was partially screened on that, but she stayed zoned in on it. So got her glove on and made a good save.
Wings trying to get it set up in the offensive zone a little bit here. Lindsay Winter puts it out front and now taken away. Otters trying to counter-attack. Following up the play here is Oman. Oman now gets a shot and it goes off the side of the net. Now they center it again, but pretty good coverage out front. Mann comes up shooting, stick save there. 2-0 Fergus Falls here. Early going of this one, 10:35 to play in the first period, and there's a shot thrown on net. And Launderville will cover that one up and hang on here. So the Wings without Nikki Harnett, one of their other goalie who had played the most for them. Another look as she just turns and tosses her out front there.
It was good. They got a line change. They needed one.
Comes to the side of the net, and Launderville will cover it up as players got a little tangled there. Well, you talked about never really a bad thing to put a shot on goal. If nothing else there, you got yourself an offensive zone draw too. And there is a look at Coach Tim Lill, third season as the head coach in the girls program at Fergus Falls. He'd previously been a boys assistant and a longtime youth coach. Dump down to the corner here. Hansen back to get it for Armstrong Cooper, but loses that battle. And then it squirts away, though, from Chloe Nelson. She'll have to chase it down with Maggie Hansen in hot pursuit. Dropping it back for Lydia Mann. Mann plowing through a player that was in front of her, Bianca Crouch there. Race for it here, and Haley Hansen gets there first for the Wings, but then here's Roush taking it away. Roush, the leading scorer for the Otters. Her shot right into the defenseman, Haley Matson. Roush, though, gets it back out to the point. Sheridan tees it up and drives it wide. Controlled here, right to the front. Backhand shot and a goal. Ellie Anderson will get her second of the night, and Fergus Falls goes up 3-0.
Well, nice move coming out of the corner there. Just picked it up real quick. Got out in front. Nice backhand. Found the inside pipe corner. Did a nice job there. Look at that. Those backhands are tough to stop. You can't read where they're going. And Fergus is just storming here, Jay. They're putting shots on the net, and it's paying off.
You could kind of see that. She was hoping maybe to get that backhand unleashed there, and a nice job, and then handcuffed Launderville.
Well, we've seen it happen so much where some of the players just try to turn it around and get it on their forehand all the time, when a backhand actually is a pretty good shot if you can get it on net. Goalies can't read where it's going. So far, the Otters coming out in just a storm and getting in on net, getting in close and pounding away, and then one from about 20 feet out, the second one there, just a nice goal.
Sheridan gets the assist on that one, it sounds like. So dumped in behind the Fergus Falls net as they try and build on a 3-0 lead here. Quinn spinning away and carries it into the offensive zone for the Wings. Quinn working hard to try and get that puck back, and does so. Nice hands. Here's Quinn shooting, and that one deflects wide. Seen little flashes from the Wings here and there, but struggling to keep Fergus Falls at bay in the early going. Across it comes to Quinn, onto the tape of Anna Lorenz, but jabbed away from her. Haley Hansen's pass deflecting off of O'Brien and into the Fergus Falls zone. Chloe Nelson back to pick it up. Mann's pass tipped out to center where Hansen takes it. Now Sarah Robideau. Roush circling back to pick it up here for the Otters, trying to stick handle through, and then decides to dump it on in, and she'll head off on a change. Hansen back to play it. And flipped out to center ice. Wings get it to the Otters blue line, but Lydia Mann takes it there, slides it across to Sheridan. And that pass too far. Robideau takes it here for the Wings. Bank back out to center. Mann. Pass off a skate there, and then controlled, following up by Oman. Trying to drop it over to Sherry Johnson, number 15, back down low to Oman. Oman had it scored away from her as Robideau swooped in to take it. And a nice play to keep that one in at the line. Oman turns and fires, and that one handcuffed Launderville, but she fights it off.
I'm a little surprised by that shot. Oman's really putting on a show here, just offensively, just not giving up at all.
Launderville tried to cover that one, but couldn't. Haley Hansen tied up. Now the pass comes to the high slot. Here's a shot taken there by Karsnia. And Launderville makes the save and covers it up here with 6:57 to go in the first, and a 3-0 Fergus Falls lead. They made a bid for more here. Launderville, see, kind of looking some inexperience.
Yeah.
You can see it showing up a little bit, but doing her best to keep that puck out.
Biggest issue, she's got to get out of the net more. She's sitting back in that crease a lot, and it's giving some openings when you're looking at it from about 10 to 15 feet out. And Fergus is doing a nice job of getting it in the middle and moving it there. And I think the Wings are they're a little uncomfortable right now, Jay. They're not making smooth passes. They're not catching them quite well, and just seem to be a little uncomfortable.
Karsnia working down on the corner, taken away there by Paige Olson. And then a collision there. Circling back is Lindsay Winter with it now for the Wings. But that breakout pass was knocked away. They've had trouble getting clean breakouts here. They've thrown too many pucks that are picked off near the blue line. Here's a bouncing shot, and McKeever had a little difficulty with that one, and I can see why.
Took an odd bounce on her. She's quick enough to get over on it, but like I said, Jay, we talked about it. Put a puck on net. Some good things can happen when you get it on net. Right now, the Wings need a little control time in the Fergus Falls zone. They just to get some momentum and confidence back.
Sheridan spinning away from the forechecker, and another, and then lost it. Maybe held it a little too long there. Comes free out front. Bresnahan was about to try and take a shot there and then had it knocked loose. Wings trying to put some pressure on, see if they can't get on the board before this first period comes to an end. There's a takeaway. Bresnahan working hard behind the net for Armstrong Cooper. Drops the pass over to Sophie Zimmerman, and now it's O'Brien coming in to pick it up. Down she goes. And we're going to have a penalty coming up against Fergus Falls. They'll get the trip as they hauled down O'Brien.
Well, here's a remedy to what ails you. Let's get on a power play. Let's see if we can do something here and put some pressure and see if we can put some shots on McKeever and see if we can get one by her.
Well, Anderson's had a couple of goals, but now takes a penalty. 11:20 of the first, a tripping minor.
Yes, you saw that right, folks. Anderson's an 8th grader. She's going to be scary when she's a senior. Oh, my gosh.
Dump down the rink here. Haley Hansen will come back to play it for Armstrong Cooper. So an opportunity for them to really get something going here. I mean, obviously they like to get a goal, but they'd also at first just like to get some offense established. Here's Hansen firing, and a nice save, and then a good job to get to the rebound by McKeever as Hansen was following her own shot there, and if McKeever didn't react well, that one could have easily been in the net. Pass tipped into the offensive zone by Bresnahan. Lydia Mann back to get it though for Fergus Falls, and she is able to quickly send it all the way down the rink. Londerville knocking it aside over to Winter. Winter puts on the brakes as she is being pursued. And knocked away. Oh, it's going to be a penalty though. Going to be a trip against Fergus Falls, so they're going to go 2 players short as Sherry Johnson will be called for the trip.
We have a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Wings here for 53 seconds, almost a full minute. Well, you see just some stick reaching when she came through and got her stick in the way, and then she got tripped. Wow, this is a good opportunity, golden opportunity for the Wings here.
Well, and in looking that one again, the fact that she took the puck away and also was probably going to get a scoring chance out of it made that a pretty, a call that you almost have to make, even though that team was shorthanded already.
The Wings got a penalty.
Are they calling that trip
They're
after
going to call the trip after,
trip?
Yep. Looks like it.
Interesting. So not a 5-on-3.
Well, that doesn't make sense. They got it both at the same time. It didn't. One definitely was 1 or 2 seconds before the first.
Yeah, and then the play should have ended.
Yeah.
Although I guess you could make the case that doesn't allow you free reign to do whatever you want after the whistle. No, wait a minute. So yeah, it's going to be 5-on-4. So yes, they go coincidentals on those. So interesting. Rausch getting the pass over. Here's a shot attempt blocked as Hobbs shot it. Bounces away there, and now controlled by Rausch. Rausch gets the pass over for Hobbs, and she'll float one in. Londerville has that one bounce in on her. Lorentz carrying it for the Wings. So they're still on a power play for another 15 seconds now. After an unusual coincidental trippings a moment ago. Roush picks it up. Now here's Hobbs. How much does she have left in the tank here? Short-handed on this rush. Roush gets the return pass, trying to go back to Hobbs, but it off the heel of her stick. Penalty is over, so we're back to 5 skaters aside, although, of course, each team has 1 player still in the box. Chloe Nelson coming over to get it, gives it to Mann. Mann's pass bounces off a skate and back to center. Picked up here by Nelson for Fergus Falls. And chopped into the Armstrong Cooper zone here. Robideau's pass was blocked. She'll have to go back and try and get it again here. And they get bottled up along the wall. And now the breakout pass gets there. Lauren Price carrying it for the Wings. Price pushes it down to the corner. Swept back around for Amy Johnson for the Otters. And now they're able to get the pass broken out there. Zierden will take a long shot. Stick save there, and Launderville's going to cover it up and hang on with 2:24 to go in the opening period. A couple of goals for Ellie Anderson, one for Abby Hobbs for Fergus Falls, and they maintain a 3-0 lead here late in this first period.
I'm impressed with the way Fergus Falls supports each other. I mean, when they're forechecking, the first person will come in might miss, but there's a person right after her keeping pressure on the puck carrier wherever the puck's at. And it's served them well so far in this first period.
Dump back into the wing zone, and then that pass too far. Chased down by Sheridan for Fergus. Sheridan's going to turn it right up ice herself and looking to beat the D. Here comes Sheridan to the net. And never really got a shot away as she got in a little tight. Kind of indecisive as she decided what move or what shot to go with there. And now dumped down. This is going to be an icing call against the Wings, so we'll come back into the AC zone. Well, I don't know that Launderville really made a save, but I think it still might give her a little confidence by staying good positioning.
Watch her move here. She wants to go to the backhand, you can tell. And then when she saw that move, she had to pull it back, but by that time the door was closed. And almost caught her. Almost caught her, but not quite, because she lost control of the puck there.
Winter trying to bank it out. Instead, it's a shot from the point there by Nelson. That one, she was looking for a tip, I think, in front, and they didn't get a stick to it. Roush pulling it off the wall nicely there, but then jabbed away from her. Here's a follow-up try from Nelson from the top of the circle there. Minute 20 to go in the first period, and Fergus Falls leading it 3-0. They'll be playing Champlain Park on Saturday, which should be a pretty good matchup. Here's Hansen carrying it for the Wings. Pass a little behind Leah O'Brien as we go under a minute to go in the first. And O'Brien taking a shot, but couldn't hit the target there. She gets the pass down low now. Back up to the point to Winter. Winter shot into the body of Roush. And then Roush able to knock it ahead to Jade Zierden. Zierden's all alone right now as they're changing behind her. Throws that one in. Alex McKinnell hustling after it, but the Wings get there. Maggie Hansen leading the rush back the other way. Hansen keeps possession for the moment, then dropping it back. Anna Lorenz. Lorenz to the front, and that one deflects up over the net. Wings trying to get one late in the period here. Under 20 seconds to go. Thrown at the side of the net, and then knocked away, but first to it is Lorenz. Lorenz trying to get it out front. It hit a stick. Then here's a shot that bounces just wide. Armstrong Cooper putting some pressure on, but can they get one late? Oh, and a swing and a miss in front, and the buzzer will sound to end period number 1. So a great first period here for the Otters. They lead at 3-0. We'll be back with more of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Tournament on CCX Sports.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't
in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena at the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament. We are joined by Armstrong Cooper head coach Elsa Brewstill, and obviously a little bit of a tough start for your team, but what were your impressions overall of that first period?
I think we had a slow start, but I think at the end we kind of picked it up a little bit, so I'm hoping, the second period we'll just start there and go uphill from there, and we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole, but I think we can come back if we come out ready to go. So.
Yeah, there have been some signs when you've gotten the puck into the offensive zone of being able to do some things, and as you head into that second period, what do you think can change to get the forecheck going and a little more offensive pressure?
Well, I think more offensive pressure starts with getting it out of our D zone. So, we noticed a couple changes we can make with, switching sides, reversing the puck, doing things to get it moving cross ice, hopefully break it out a little bit cleaner. And I think more time spent in the other zone, better things will happen. So.
Tell me about your first year being the head coach so far. How are you liking things and working with the Armstrong Cooper program?
It's been great. I coached a handful of the girls last year at the 15s, but I got to know, the majority of them. This is my first year working with them. We have a really young team. So with that, there's a lot of girls who's still learning a lot of things, but it also means that we get to work with them for many years. And I really appreciate that. It's nice to have young girls that are still learning that you can really start with them at the beginning and work them all the way through. And I think that from day one till now, it's amazing. Even, with having lost a lot of games, I think where we started to where we are now, we are growing every single day. So I've enjoyed it.
I think for a lot of programs around the area, numbers have become a little bit of an issue. How are you feeling about that part at the youth level and then as it translates into high school?
Our youth our 12s and 15s are a little small right now, but our U8s and our U12s, we do have really good numbers right now. So that's really good to see because that's, 3, 4 or 5 years from now, that'll be the girls coming into the high school program. And then at the other levels, we have one team each. So, we have a team, it's just smaller numbers.
As we head into the 2017 portion of the schedule, what are some things you'd like to see your team work on and improve on as you head down towards section time?
Well, we are just about back with most people healthy, so I think staying healthy. We have a lot of games in January. We play almost 3 games every single week, so keeping everybody healthy, and then I think scoring some goals and just playing 3 solid periods. That's been something that we've really been trying to work for. We've had a lot of games where maybe we start slow and then we play the second and third are really, really strong, and we'd like to just play a full game. I think that's kind of what we work for is 3 periods that we can look back and say, we worked hard for all, I guess, that whole game.
Elsa, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck the rest of the night, and thanks for having us here at the tournament again, too.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Elsa Brustel, the head coach for the Armstrong Cooper Wings. They trail Fergus Falls 3-0 here after the opening period here on the second round game at the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. We'll be right back here to New Hope Arena on CCX Sports.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
First annual Armstrong Cooper Girls Hockey Holiday Classic, and the Otters of Fergus Falls lead Armstrong Cooper 3-0 in the first intermission. Take a look at some highlights from that first period, and Fergus Falls did not waste any time getting going as the puck deflects up high in the air, batted toward goal, but the Launderville couldn't cover it and put away there by Abby Hobbs. That one came on the first shift of the game, only 31 seconds in. And then Sheridan working the puck around, getting it over, and the shot by Ellie Anderson might have went off a defender, but it goes in for the goal for Anderson. Power play goal there for the Otters. Wings trying to get a chance here. It bounces into the glove of McKeever. She wasn't tested too awful much in that first period. And then Anderson with a nice backhand goal there to make it a 3-0 score in favor of the Otters. As Coach Brustel said, later on in the period, Armstrong Cooper started to get a little bit more jump and get a chance or two. And we saw one there. And here's a nice move by Sheridan. She comes all the way in, but just had a trickle away as the goalie Launderville held her ground pretty good. Shots favored the Otters, 12-7. The scoring chances were 6-1 for the Otters. And Armstrong Cooper taking 3 penalties, and Fergus Falls took 2. Well, obviously a lot of work goes into putting on this tournament. The Armstrong Cooper Girls Hockey Booster Club involved in all of that. And on the previous night of the tournament, John Jacobson from CCX Sports had a chance to talk with Chris Winter about putting on the tournament. And here's a look at that interview.
Welcome back to New Hope Ice Arena. We're in between periods and joined now by Tournament Director Chris Winter from the Armstrong Cooper Girls Hockey Program. And Chris, always a challenge to put together any tournament. Tell me about the work that you and the committee has done to get ready for these 4 days of the tournament.
Sure, yeah, it's a great event where we love hosting it every year. This is our 21st year, so it's a fantastic opportunity not only to involve the girls in great hockey and so forth, but also the community. We get a lot of community sponsorships, Frankie's Pizza and Topper's Pizza and a bunch of other community businesses around really kind of help support the group. Really, it starts the day after the tournament ends. We have to start looking at next year, start booking the ice time, start looking at who's going to come in and wants to be in the competition.
I know this wasn't the ideal number of teams you ended up with. You had 5 teams, you had 6 lined up a couple of times, but unfortunately teams dropped out late.
Yeah, that's sometimes it happens. Summer situations change, and teams got to make a decision after the end of it all. So we unfortunately had to kind of scramble a little bit at the last time and do it instead of a bracket play, a little bit of a round robin play. So
your daughter's a junior on the team. How much fun is that to watch as a parent?
Oh, it's great. Well, it's a wonderful experience. It's a good program. She's been on it for a number of years, and so she's got a couple more years and looking forward to it on defense.
I know I've talked to the girls who have played in this tournament before. Last year, some of the alumni from that first tournament 20 years ago came back. Is it fun to see some of those players and see them involved in local hockey?
It really is. We always have an alumni game, and it happened to be earlier this week and so forth. It was a fantastic turnout. We had about 20 girls from the alumni over all the years. Some of them haven't been on skates for a number of years, so it's always great to see them on there. You can tell from the smile on their faces through the face mask. They were having a good time out there.
For you working with the Booster Club, what are some of the things that you're involved in supporting this team?
Really the goal for the Booster Club is to really support the coaches and the team. What do they need and how can we help facilitate that process for them as best as possible? A lot of fundraising, as you can imagine.
Right, so fundraising. So what are some of the things that you fundraise for?
Well, we fundraise for try to get the girls on an away trip, get them out, a little team bonding, also get them experience in a kind of a northern some northern teams and so forth, get them up there or whatever. We also fundraise for uniforms, equipment, just the standard stuff on a regular basis.
Do your varsity players get involved too with youth hockey, either during the season or during the summer, trying to get girls in the community involved to keep the Armstrong Cooper program going in the future?
It is, it's the future of the program, as you know, and so not only does we have a wings program that we invite the younger girls to come up and skate with the players during warm-ups, really gets them involved in an early age and so forth, but we also have the coach actually does a lot of summer activities with the entire youth program.
Chris.
Thanks very much, John and Chris, as we are back into play here in period number 2 here. Penalty box is empty to begin this second period here. Roush had it trickle away from her. Sheridan following up to play it here for Fergus Falls. Sheridan getting out wide, now comes behind the net. And a takeaway here for O'Brien for Armstrong Cooper. O'Brien up the right wing, trying to pass it across. Looking to go to Bresnahan, but it was behind her there. O'Brien picks it up again. Back out to the point, and then that shot fluttered wide off the stick of Caitlin Quinn. Otter's able to get it out, pass onto the tape here of Hobbs, gets it across. Roush stops, fires, but missed the net, trying to go up under the crossbar there and instead sailed it off the glass. And then that pass just skids by Zimmerman. Wholesale change here as they come off the bench, and Waves picked up by man for Fergus Falls, and she also misses the net there. Battle for it along the wall, and the Otters gain control. Then the pass out front is intercepted. Clearing attempt fails, but then the defenseman falls down. Kriesel coming in. Kriesel shoots it wide. Good recovery there by Mann to bother her on that shot. That could have been real trouble for the Otters.
Armstrong Cooper is putting on some pressure. They've got their legs the start of this period. They're playing pretty even right now. They're making some good defensive plays, and now they're trying to get something going offensively.
Jabbed away there. Good point made by Coach Brustel. You know, in terms of getting offensive chances, she said it just has to start with a better breakout in our own zone, and that's, you know, kind of everybody has to be involved in that too. You don't say it's just on the D, but as a group, we need to break the puck out better. Winter coming back to get it here for AC. That pass tipped in by Lauren Price as they want to finish up a change here. Pass back around to Chloe Nelson, and then that one does not connect. Fergus Falls, I'm sure for their part, they want to say, you know, good fast start and everything, but we want to make sure that we keep playing well and consistently and hard all throughout the game. You know, whether we're way ahead or not, or however the scoreboard indicates, you want to keep yourself playing at a sharp level. Not that they had, you know, a big drop off, but I think they definitely played better early in the period in the first than they did late.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think a lot of that has to do with the Armstrong Cooper wings getting their legs back and starting to, you know, mount up and get after it a little bit more. And they got to take advantage. Fergus has got to take advantage of it because they get Champlain Park tomorrow.
Maggie Hansen carrying it in. Her shot, though, knocked to the corner. Hansen tried to intercept that pass behind the net, but couldn't quite get it. Here comes Ullman leading the rush, 2-on-2. Ullman shot off the skates of the defender, Robideau. Ullman goes and gets it, but hit the back of the net with her pass. And the Wings able to get it out there with Caitlin Quinn leading the rush. Chance for a 2-on-1. Quinn, though, had her stick lifted by Sheridan as she tried to shoot, and then the next pass taken away, and here we go back the other direction. Picked up here by Mann for Roush, and again up too high with the shot. She's got a lot on it, but it couldn't hit the net. Now Roush tips that one to the front, and Launderville will cover it up. Put the big catching glove over that one and bring a face-off here early on in period number 2, and Fergus Falls continues to lead this one by a 3-0 count over the host team, Armstrong Cooper.
Yeah, Roush has got to start making the goalie make a save. Trying to go high and get it clean sometimes. Just, you can get under an arm, get it in the 5-hole, do something like that. And the Wings, they just got to get a shot on net. They're kind of moving in a little too close to the D. When you get across the blue line, go ahead and take a shot, then go after it. See if you can get a rebound and make something happen here. They're letting that defensive Fergus, you know, kind of take the puck off their stick or block their shot.
Chop back into the wing zone. Quinn back to play it there. Slides it over to Haley Matson. Carried up the right wing side here by Matson. Plays it to the corner and then tracks it down herself. Matson sliding it out front, but Roush is there to take it. And then a nice breakout pass to Hobbs. A little bit too far for Lydia Mann with that one, though, and it's going to be icing. Mann, I think, kind of slowed up there. That one might have been more on the receiver than the passer, I think.
Yep, I think so, but they call it icing nonetheless. But giving Cooper another chance, Armstrong Cooper to give another chance in an offensive face-off. Armstrong Cooper's got to start getting players in front of the net. If you notice when they make a rush, the forwards tend to go behind the net or they get off to the side. No, get right in the slot. Get right smack in the middle. When the puck comes in there, you can bang it home.
Shot knocked down
like
in front there, and that's what they were attempting. They might have heard you, Dan. Here's a pass out front and a swing and a miss. Picked up by Karsnia for Fergus Falls. Avoids the forechecker there. Karsnia leading the rush, but chopped away by Lorentz. And then taken by the Wings here is Lauren Price. Looks to dump this one in. Directed aside there by McKeever. To the point, Haley Hansen a shot, and it gets all the way through, and a pad save by McKeever as they had a player out front, Price, looking to deflect it. Now Price almost had the steal, then it was jabbed away in front. Otters got a little too confident in their ability to handle the puck right through the middle there. And then this shot attempt is blocked to the corner as Ullman tried to put it on goal. And brought to the middle, but then taken away by the Wings, Lauren Price. However, that one going to be an icing call here against Armstrong Cooper, so we will head back into the wing zone here. 11:21 to go in the second period, and still 3-zip Otters as you get another look at the opportunity for AC.
Good shot from the point there with a good chance for a tip in, but also the player was in front of the goalie. McKeever was a little bit screened there, so that's what they got to do. It's a good start. They're setting up better now offensively and getting a feel about what they have to do.
Off the face-off win, the shot, let's see. No goal, they say. The net has come off.
I didn't hear a whistle.
The referee waving no goal as Launderville blocked that shot, but it trickled past her.
Yeah.
And they were jabbing at it. I think it ultimately ended up eventually going over the goal line, but not until the net was already off. And Fergus, I think, has a little bit of a complaint there because the defender, Quinn, really kind of knocked that off with her body, but not blatant enough to be called there. Dump back out to the AC zone here, and Quinn picks it up. Pass did not connect, and the Otters able to keep it in. Oman tosses it toward the net. Hobbs coming after it. Hobbs floating it out front. Here's the shot, but miss hit there by Oman. Roush trying to win that puck back. Hansen took it. Banked around here looking for Bianca Crouch, but sent back in behind the net. Battle for it in the corner. Hobbs trying to get it back here for the Otters. Now does. Puts it into the slot. Backhand try there, and it deflects away from the goal. Hobbs putting it out front. It comes all the way through to the point. Here's a tip in front. Nice save by Launderville. And then it is pushed back in front, and then now the Wings will have to clear it. The puck kind of up on edge, and it's still going to get there, though, for an icing. Pretty good opportunities there for the Wings. Launderville probably making one of her better saves of the night, though, and gaining some confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, she's covering better down in the net, and but Fergus again reestablishing herself. But this is a good opportunity right here. And with Roush right in front all by herself, yeah, she did a good job there.
Otters control the draw. And now a takeaway here by Armstrong Cooper. Zimmerman trying to bank it ahead. It hit a body, though, and didn't make it there. Alex McKinnell now leading the rush back the other way for Fergus Falls. McKinnell moved to the front, fires, and Launderville trying to find it. It's in. 4-0 Fergus Falls. And looks like McKinnell is getting the congratulations as her original shot made it all the way there. No rebound. And the Otters get their first goal of the second period.
They're going to look nice move there, getting prime shooting position. It just slipped by Launderville, and she just kind of lost it. She didn't see it clean, or just couldn't get a hold of it clean, and it just bounced on her, ricocheted off her pads weird and went into the net.
So the Otters stretch the lead to 4-0. Haley Hansen leads the rush here for Armstrong Cooper. Now it pops free. And a try at it there by Bresnahan, but couldn't get it on goal, but they keep possession. Winter. That shot knocked down. Now the pass to Amy Johnson coming up the left wing for Fergus Falls. They fight for it along the wall here, and the Wings able to get it out. Race for it, and Mann will get there first for Fergus Falls. Leaves it for Hallie Sheridan now to start the rush as the Wings finish up a change. Sheridan had it knocked away as she stick-handled up the middle. Bank pass ahead, and here's Lauren Price getting to it. Price shooting, McKeever the save, and she will hang on. And then Price asking where's the penalty as she did battle with Lydia Mann.
That could have been a slashing call real easily. But Price did a nice job here. She came in, she took the time, and she got that shot off. She didn't try to wade in any farther with the idea of the Fergus Falls player taking over, and she got the shot on net. Good play by her.
Otters able to get it out. Here comes Roush. She has Hobbs with her. Roush carrying it. Backhand shot and a pad save. And now we get a whistle to stop play there as covered up.
Roush coming in the backhand. Good tie-up of the other wing coming down there. She didn't have a choice. That was her only option.
Wings control the draw. Robideau retreating to the corner where she is doubled up. Otters trying to free that puck up. Hobbs sending it back down toward the corner. Now controlled. The shot trickles wide from Zierden. Robideau after it. Force back the other way. Comes free, and here's Roush. Roush spinning back to her forehand and now shoots. And the save made there is covered up by Launderville for the Wings.
Well, good offensive play here. Roush makes a nice move, a little spinorama, and gets that shot off. And Armstrong Cooper just got to be a little aware of a player coming through there, although Launderville had her pegged down real quick and got the whistle.
That shot hit bodies in front. And the Wings slide it back out to center. McKinnell there, knocked it ahead. Karsnia banking it into the wing zone. Then a takeaway. McKinnell shooting, and it went off a defender's stick and trickles wide. Then sent back out front. McKinnell trying to get to it. She was a little tied up there. Otters putting some pressure back on again. Here's a slap shot that goes wide from Ellie Anderson. Hand pass called here against Fergus Falls.
That should be outside the zone there. Well, Fergus Falls, Jay, they're reestablishing themselves again, and they got taken aback a little bit in the first five minutes of the period, but they've reasserted themselves and now putting pressure back on in the Armstrong Cooper zone.
Yeah, I think Coach Lill probably happy to see the spark again from his team. You know, it's easy to, relax a little bit when you build a lead like that. And here's a turnaround try. Ooh, and McKeever makes the save, but they've definitely started to play better again. And it's a long season, and as much as you'd like to say every period is going to be, you're at your best every period, that's always the challenge, no matter what level of hockey you're talking about, is to be consistent. Yes. Back out to the point. Here's a shot, and it's right into the body. Racing ahead with it is Oman for the Otters, and a fluttering shot that's gloved there by Launderville. And Oman, let's hope that one didn't hurt her. I think it did a little bit as she blocked that shot. It made a lot of noise. Not sure exactly what it hit. Here's another look at the opportunity for the Wings. Yeah,
good opportunity there.
McKeever just got a piece of that one.
Yep.
Ullman still had enough to come down and take a shot, but I think that shot hurt her a little bit on the shot block. Back out top it comes. There's Ellie Anderson. That one goes just wide. Roush was looking for the tip in front. Wings able to get it out. Race for it up that left wing side for Armstrong Cooper. And Roush pulls it out of there, gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs trying to get a step on Hansen. Hansen gets back into position. Pass was knocked down. The follow-up, though, comes right out front and then fanned on. Zierden wound up, and you thought it was going to have a lot on it, and instead it just kind of slid slowly toward the net. Wings trying desperately to get it out. Kept in, though, by Sheridan. Now they'll get it out as Haley Hansen carries. Getting it over to Lorenz. Lorenz puts on the brakes and ended up losing it there. Wings had to touch up, and now a chance to counter, but the pass gets away. Roush going to track it down here for Fergus Falls. And then that pass broken up a little bit, but O'Brien following up with it for the Wings. Here's O'Brien firing a high shot.
And a rebound.
Yeah, off the glove of McKeever, and then a rebound try. Now it's put out front. Here's a shot. McKeever the save. Player knocked down. We got a penalty coming up against the Otters. Yes, probably a check or an interference. Yep, going to be a body check. And some pressure by the Wings, able to help force that one. McKeever standing tall in net, but a penalty taken here by McKinnell of Fergus Falls. You know, if you're her goaltender, though, I think you kind of secretly are going, hey, thank you. You know, you helped me out. You stood your ground to help me in front. There's a look at it as she knocks down the AC player right in front.
Well, we've talked about that. That's kind of, you know, sacred ground in there. And if you're going to stick your nose in there, you might get it mashed up a little bit. And referees tend to let that go. But that was a little too blatant. That was, you can just tell by the force of it.
So Armstrong Cooper to the power play as they try and battle back from this 4-0 deficit. You know, I tell you, Dan, if McKeever hadn't made a couple nice saves, this game could be a little closer than what it is. Ooh, and an opportunity there. Not to say that Fergus Falls hasn't, you know, badly outplayed them and deserved this lead, because they have, but she's had to make a couple of pretty good saves, or the Wings might well be on the board a time or two.
Well, the Wings are getting a lot more confident here. Look at, there's a lot more red and blue jerseys coming in on that net. I mean, they got the second shot there. So if they keep this up, you know, they might be able to pop one free. If McKeever's got to start locking these pucks down, Jay, she's leaving a lot out there.
Fluttered here. McKeever trying to cover it, had a little bit of difficulty with it there, and she will force the face-off here. A little over 4 minutes to go in the second period. 1:16 to go in the power play for Armstrong Cooper. And that's when we'll flutter out to center ice. Haley Hansen there to pick it up, but misfired with the pass. It's going to be icing against the Wings, and we will come back into the Armstrong Cooper zone. Many of the fans know, but for some that aren't familiar, Armstrong Cooper were together as a program back in the beginning of girls hockey, and then had separate teams for a number of years, and then coming back, I believe it was about 4 years ago now, reunited basically because of numbers issues, and certainly they're not alone in that, and we're seeing more of it in girls and boys hockey. A little bit unnerving, I think, to see so many programs that are having to co-op.
Well, these first-string suburbs, it's been happening all over the place. But, you know, what's encouraging here for Cooper Armstrong is this is a young team. They can build. You know, maybe they're going to take it on the chin this year, but the next couple of years, they should improve.
Off of Roush's skate, now thrown out front. McKeever stops it, and then a race for it. Haley Matson will get there first. Half minute to go in the power play for Armstrong Cooper. Brought into the Fergus Falls zone, but then taken away and banked on out of there by Ellie Anderson, and it'll roll all the way down the rink. Matson back to pick it up for AC, but then gave it away and dumped back into the wing zone. Bank pass ahead, and that one is chopped loose again. They've really had trouble connecting.
Oh, they have.
Need to go a little shorter on these passes.
Yep.
Karznia carrying it in shorthanded for Fergus Falls. Penalty now over, so they're back to 5 skaters. Karznia picks it up, putting it to Hobbs, and her shot goes wide. Sheridan picks it up. Sheridan in the circle, shoots. Rebound is loose, and here's a goal. McKinnon will get her second straight. Just after she'd come out of the box, she got involved in that situation and is able to bury it on the second try. The first shot was blocked, but she had plenty of room and time to pick out a spot and puts it away.
Yeah, nobody was out there, and everybody was just, you know, stacked out in front of the net and just kind of threw 3 feet out, and all of a sudden, you know, the person that gets it 10 feet out all of a sudden gets an opportunity. And Vanderbilt didn't find that short side. She's got to get tight in against that pipe. Don't let her have the short side.
So a 5-0 lead here for Fergus Falls. Chloe Nelson back to pick it up here for the Otters. Threw it to an open area there, but they're able to pick it up. So Armstrong Cooper has to be a little bit deflating. They had the power play and got a good chance or two, but then they give one up right after the penalty ended. Chop loose here, Robideau putting it out front, and it bounces free. But again, the Wings buzzing a little bit here.
Well, Fergus is panicking a little bit, throwing the puck and not making good plays like they were earlier. They're going to have no trouble breaking out. Just take your time, control it, find your winger, and get it out.
Icing call here against Fergus Falls.
Yeah, both teams kind of been doing that a little bit here and there. They get a little panicky, and all of a sudden they're just throwing the puck all over the place due to a little pressure. And we've seen it happen a bit. If they just stay calm and make their plays, they'll move the puck out quite easily.
Off the draw, they battle for it along the wall here. Otters come up with it. Zierden gaining control. Roush calling for it in the middle. Partial breakaway. Roush to the front. And never really got the shot. Back out to the point. Sheridan Roush looking for the tip and actually made good contact with it, but it hit a defenseman's leg. Now Hobbs gaining control. Her shot blocked over the top of the net. Roush trying to give it back to Hobbs and then taken away by Robideau. Sheridan couldn't quite keep that one in, I don't think. Now they have to go touch up. Winter controlling it here for AC. And then chopped to the Otters line. Under a minute to go in the second period. Fergus Falls leading 5-0. They had 3 goals in the first, 2 in the second. Here comes Hobbs. Hobbs, a little drop pass for Roush. Roush, stick handling, and then bumped down. And Robideau will come up with the puck here for Armstrong Cooper. Chopped away from her, though. Now an opportunity. Oh, they missed McKinnell. Oh, she would have had a breakaway for sure. But she had to hold up at the blue line, of course, to avoid being offside. They really missed a chance.
She's in good position. Just had to get her head up and get it to her.
20 seconds to go in the period. Battle for it here, and Otters almost got an opportunity there. Now the back pass. Here's a shot and hammered wide by Lydia Mann. And we will tick down. We are going to have a penalty call here right at the end of the period. 1 second to go.
Yeah, Armstrong Cooper, I believe.
And looks like it'll be Bresnahan who picks it up. So Bresnahan will get the gate for hooking at 16:59. And now the period will come to an end. So our score after 2, it is Fergus Falls 5, Armstrong Cooper nothing. We'll be back to New Hope Arena here on CCX Sports.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back here to New Hope Arena. 5-0 lead for Fergus Falls over the host team Armstrong Cooper after 2 periods. And Tim Lill, the head coach for Fergus Falls, joins us now. And pretty good start to the game. You get a goal on the first shift. What was your impressions of the first 2 periods for your team?
Well, we wanted to come out and run our forecheck and keep someone high, and we're moving our feet today. That's the difference. We didn't do that as well last night, but it's all about the forecheck, and they're working it and they're having a hard time getting it out on us, so we're starting to wear them down a little bit. So it's fun to see 3 lines work like that.
I think consistency is something coaches are always asking for too, and you had a little bit of a lull maybe late in the first period, but I thought came back and with a lot more jump in the second period too. Is that something you talked to the girls about, like, it's not over after the first 17?
Yeah, somehow you got to do that every single time. They're kids, so they forget that, and you get a 3-0 lead, and kids have a tendency to think the game can be over. So we refocused, and we wanted to go in and win that period. So that was our goal, and a couple of real timely saves by our goaltender was a big difference. Because if she lets 1 or 2 of those in, it's a whole different game. Yeah,
that's what we were saying late in the period. That you've certainly outplayed them by a good margin, but she did make a couple of pretty big saves. Has that been something that's been a strength for your team this year?
Finally, I have 2 sophomore goalies, and they shared the net last year too as freshmen, and they've learned a lot. They put a lot of work in, and over the last 3 or 4 or 5 games, they're playing good enough to give us a chance to win, and that's all I can ask for. So I'm really impressed with both of them, and McKeever's having a nice night.
Tell us a little bit about girls hockey in Fergus Falls. How do you feel about the strength of the program overall, from high school and also youth ranks?
Yeah, it's a work in progress. We've strengthened our numbers here in the last couple years. Now we're up to 20 skaters at the 8U, which is unheard of. We used to have 8 or 9 or 10, and we're at 15 at the 10U, and about 15 at the 12U too. So not enough to field 2 teams, but we generally play an A schedule with all those, and we're picking up 1 or 2 here and there all the time. So every little bit helps, and we're looking someday to be able to field A and B teams at all 3 levels.
Obviously, one more period to go here tonight, but tomorrow you've got Champlain Park. Did you get a chance to see them at all in their previous games here? And if so, what do you expect from them?
We have not got to see them at all. That's what makes this tournament so fun for us. We have no idea. You can look on paper, right? And then when you talk about high school kids and who's supposed to win when it comes down to on paper. But they're an older team. They're a bigger school. They're a AA school. And so I'm sure they're going to knock us off the puck a little bit. But we got to come and keep our feet moving, and we get 5 skaters, and so do they. That's what we tell the kids. So it doesn't really matter how big a school is, and you just go out there and play and see what happens.
All right, good luck the rest of the night, and good luck in that one too. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, Fergus Falls leading it by a score of 5-0 after 2 here against the Wings from Armstrong Cooper. The third period coming your way next here on CCX Sports.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
5-0 lead here for Fergus Falls after they scored the only 2 goals of the second period. And let's take a look at some highlights from that middle period here. Wings getting an opportunity there. A nice save by McKeever, as Coach talked about. She had to make a couple of nice ones. And then here's a shot right there. And this one, no goal, as the puck was right along the goal line, but the net came off. And then McKinnell shooting, and that one squirting through Wanderville right there to make it a 4-0 lead. And opportunity here for the Wings again. There's another pretty decent save right there by the sophomore McKeever. And another opportunity here for the Wings, and she almost overcommitted there, but kept that right leg planted and able to keep it out. And then here's the late opportunity. McKinnell, first try, fans on it, gets it again, and snaps the shot right into the crossbar for her second in a row. So she scored the only 2 goals of the period, and a 5-0 lead carried into this second intermission by the Otters. We'll come back here to New Hope Ice Arena in just a moment. You're watching the Armstrong Cooper Girls Holiday Classic on CCX Sports.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
And welcome back here as we get set to drop the puck for the third period here of this Fergus Falls Armstrong Cooper game. The Otters leading at 5-zip. Each team has one more game to go in the tournament on New Year's Eve. They'll play around noontime, both of them. So kind of a quick turnaround for not only playing, another day in a row, but also an early game tomorrow. Champlin Park plays Fergus Falls, and Armstrong Cooper will take on Wilmer in that third round. So, coaches talk about trying to win the period here, and I think that's got to be a little bit of the focus of Armstrong Cooper right now, especially.
Oh yeah, When they came doggone close to scoring a goal here in that last period. If they keep up that intensity and keep putting people in front of the net, they got a good chance of putting a puck in. I think that'll help them a lot as far as their confidence and morale. Of course, she's not looking too bad right now. She's pretty happy.
That can be the good thing and the bad thing with having real youthful players is maybe you don't want them to get too down if they're behind, but at the same time you want it to bother them a little bit if they're losing games too.
Yeah.
Puck comes loose in front, and now the Otters come away with it here with Ellie Anderson, who had a couple goals in that first period. Anderson stops, looking to get things set up there on a power play to begin this third period, as that penalty was taken with just a second left, and
the door is open. Oh my gosh, how did the door get left open?
Well, that could be a problem.
Oh, that could hurt.
Nobody noticed it immediately, obviously, there, so they stop play. We'll get a face-off coming up in the wing zone. Off the draw, Roush able to push it back, and now they get it out to Sheridan. Sheridan takes the return pass from Anderson and almost got out of the zone, but stayed right along the blue line. I think there's still some wet spots here from the Zamboni. Now Roush coming around, turns, fires, and that one goes off the stick of Haley Matson and flutters back out of play. Another face-off coming up in the AC zone here.
Well, the Wings ought to start challenging her. She's coming around the end of that net just too easily, and nobody's challenged. Step up and challenge her. Don't give her the option of shooting or passing. Get on her right away, and don't let her have the front.
Sheridan sends it around to Mann, and now down low to Roush. Roush getting a little screen there, turns and fires, and Launderville able to keep it out of the net. She juggled it a little bit. It couldn't have been terribly far from the goal line there when she reached back for it, but kept it out.
But see, if you don't, and she did get rubbed off a little bit, but at that close, I mean, they can get on you really quick, and she's got to start putting her body up against that pipe and stopping that short side cleanly.
Back out to the point. Here's a drive and a glove catch here by Launderville off the man shot that I think was going wide there, but another face-off upcoming. Both teams look a little kind of relaxed, maybe to an extreme here to begin this third period.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a whole lot of life in the beginning of the period. Here's an opportunity, and that one goes off of Haley Matson. Another shot block for her, and sent down the rink. Stopped there by McKeever. 35 to go in the power play for Fergus Falls, trying to build on a 5-0 lead. Here's Amy Johnson carrying the puck now for the Otters. Puts it out front. Backhander by Hobbs, and then jabbed just wide by Oman. Oman comes up with it. Oman's pass, a shot and a goal. Buried there by Amy Johnson, and it's 6-0 Otters.
Oh, nicely played. Got it behind Gretzky-esque. And she was standing right in front. Got the puck right to her stick, and Amy Johnson buried it. Another sophomore, You see the nice look there, saw the stick out there, and she just buried it between the 5 hole. That was a no-brainer. That was fun. They set it up and did it just right. The Otters take a 6-0 lead here. Jim, looking at these teams, I'm looking at all the sophomores and all the freshmen on these teams. And I'd like to see these teams in 3 years and see what they're going to be like.
So a 6-0 lead now for Fergus. Push back here to Winter for AC. Getting it to Haley Hansen, knocked away from her. Maddie Cope controlling it there for Fergus Falls, and then her teammate was knocked down as she was trying to get to that pass. Robideau picking it up here for the Wings. Haley Hansen colliding there with Nelson, and they both go down. Now carried in. Here's Oman shooting, and just fought off there by Launderville. Otters get it again. Here's a quick shot, and that one stopped. It's on the outside of the net. They dig it out. Sheridan trying to keep that puck alive, and it pops into the Armstrong Cooper bench, and the clock will continue to run here with this 6-goal margin. After they noted the goal, the official went over and just reiterated to the scoreboard operator that, yes, we will keep rolling here, barring a long stoppage for injury or something.
If the Wings can get a goal, they can stop that stop time, and so far, though, the jump they started with is not there anymore.
Pass coming right up the middle. McKeever is going to cover this one up. So they didn't quite have the angle going up the middle there and unable to connect. Coach Lill from Fergus Falls did touch on it a little bit. What we talked about is that, they played well, but McKeever did make a couple of saves that, kind of robbed him a little bit. So otherwise AC might have been, you never know what happens if they get a goal or two.
Yep. Well, they had, I think, 2 good scoring opportunities that period. They could have 2 goals right now.
Here's a shot, and that one whistles just wide from Sheridan. Back out to the point. Liz Matson had it there briefly for the Otters, as we're going to see probably a little bit more third line, fourth line with the action here. Going to get a hand pass called against Fergus Falls, so the faceoff will come back in their zone.
You can see the coach making his adjustments on the bench. Okay, who am I going to send now? Who's going to be next? He's breaking up his regular rotation.
Dumped in behind the Fergus Falls net. Broken up there by Crouch, but sent back the other way now. Hustling after it there was Ellie Anderson. And they're able to break this puck out. Got a little bit bunched up, but they get it out to center anyway. And then Karsnia knocking it into the wing zone. Battle for it along the wall here and sent back in behind the net. Winter first to it here for AC. No icing as it skipped by Oman there. Oman will come back to play it here with those pink skate laces. Heading up ice here for the Otters. Now it's Robideau coming back to lead the rush here. She has Haley Hansen with her. Robideau shooting, and it's alongside the edge of the net, and McKeever then covers it up.
Robideau needed to take that shot a little sooner so the angle wasn't quite so bad. I'm glad she got it to the net. That's important. Make McKeever work. Maybe she'll mess up. Maybe something will happen. One can dribble in. Be interesting to see the Fergus and Champa Park. That's the big test for Fergus tomorrow. They're going to have to really, that'll be a challenge for them. They'll get a good chance to see where they're at.
Puck squirts back out to center where Haley Matson tracks it down. Oh, we got a penalty call against Fergus Falls there. And a takeaway. Here's a shot. Nice save, McKeever, and then it pops loose. I have to admit, Dan, I did not detect what that last penalty was, but penalty given to Fergus Falls.
Number 19.
Haley Hansen picking it up, or carrying the puck there for AC, I should say. And now Caitlin Quinn controlling it for the Wings. Quinn's shot, it hit a Fergus Falls player. They keep it in the zone, though. Here's a long shot. McKeever knocking that one to the corner. Otters trying to ring it around and out. Haley Hansen able to stop it. And then a shot whistled all the way through by Quinn. Nice interception there by Oman. They can't get it out, though. Liz Matson to it, and she is able to bank it on all the way out. Haley Hansen back to play here for Armstrong Cooper. About 40 seconds to go in the power play for the Wings. Pushed ahead up the right side. Here's a shot. Big rebound, and Hobbs was stopped as well after the first attempt by McKenna Stenstrom, seeing her first shift of the game. Here comes Haley Hansen now for the Wings. Hansen, her shot. McKeever with the save. Hobbs gets to it and is able to clear it here for the Otters, and that'll eat up most of the remaining penalty time. Haley Matson back to pick it up. Knocked down at center, and the penalty is now over. Otters back to full strength. And kept in nicely at the line there. Follow-up try, didn't quite make it to the net. And the Otters able to push it back out. Winter will pick it up here for Armstrong Cooper. Handing it over there to Lauren Price, or maybe Price stole it from her the way it looked. Price now cutting it back up ice for the Wings, shooting, and McKeever the save. And got the glove down and trying to make sure she had that one, and she did.
Price made a good shot there, Jay. She got it between the defenseman's legs and screened McKeever a little bit. I'm becoming more impressed with McKeever here. I like the way she's playing. She's on it. She's outside of the crease. Good positioning. You know, and they got to a section final last year. They're going to win the section. She's going to have to be at the top of her game to get back to the Class A tournament.
Rush up the right side there for Ellie Anderson. Was touched by the Wings, so no hand pass now as Lauren Werner over there to try and get it for Fergus. Winter picks it up here for the Wings. Starts up ice. Winter able to dump it in and gives chase herself. Winter throwing a little bit of a hit there, but not enough to get the arm raised. Try and dig it out along the wall, and now it is Roush coming up with it here for Fergus Falls. Here is Roush. trying a little toe drag, goes to the front. Whoa, and then is denied. Roush ends up in the net. Made a pretty nice move there, but couldn't quite finish.
Brought back between the legs, going back from her left to her right. See the move, she gets in front of the net, pulls it through, kicks it up to her skate or her stick, and lofts it again. Nice little move.
Launderville did get a piece of that shot. I thought maybe she had just missed the net, but it did hit the goaltender's shoulder there. That was a nice move. Although I guess, it would have been spectacular if she ended up finishing it with the goal. It was still pretty nice, though.
Probably could have made one of your highlight films, I think, huh?
Yeah. Now it'll pop back into the Fergus Falls zone here, and it will be an icing call against the Wings. And again, the clock continues to tick here with this 6-goal margin, so the third period will feel like it sped by in comparison to the first two, obviously, if we stay at the 6th goal anyway.
It was interesting out in the lobby real quick as I was warming up in between periods, and there are a lot of the Fergus Falls parents here and coming down to the cities for a turn, just having a ball, just having a great time. They're watching hockey on both rinks here and just enjoying being with the kids, and that's what a holiday trip's all about. They got out of Fergus Falls, came down to the cities, and just enjoying themselves as a team and, as members of that town.
Otters looking to break it out. Sheridan giving it over there to Lauren Werner, and then the pass just got by Oman. Oman trying to steal that puck back, but good job to get rid of it in a hurry there by Haley Matson. Now Haley Hansen going over left side for O'Brien. That one bounces past the Fergus Falls net. Sheridan up with it, but gave it away. And then a shot that deflects up over the cage. Otters get control again here and over to Werner, and she ices it for some reason there. They wanted to get a change, but you gotta gain the red line first.
Just a few more steps, she would have been across the red line and just dumped her in.
So back into the Fergus Falls zone we go, where Sadie Bresnahan will face off with Alex McKinnell. And it pops up into the netting. We'll do it again right from the same spot there. Again, if you're watching us here live on Friday night, the 30th of December, we invite you to come over on the 31st for both these teams will play again against different opponents, obviously, as Fergus Falls takes on Champlain Park. And Armstrong Cooper will take on Wilmer. Both the AC Wilmer game's at noon, and the other one is over on the other rink, Champlain Park, Fergus Falls at 12:15. Intercepted there and banked on out by Stenstrom, and this one might have enough on it to, no, it was tipped, so no icing. Winter back to pick it up here for AC and got by the first wave there, but then had it chopped loose. Sent right back into the wing zone here as we tick toward 4 minutes to play here in period 3. Winter controlling now for the Wings. She will bank that puck ahead, and this one is going to be an icing call against Armstrong Cooper. So we will make our way back to the other end. Just kind of up and down here with, it feels like a 6-0 game right now.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Not a ton of intensity.
Yeah. Both teams fairly relaxed. There's not a lot of intensity going on right now.
Otters control the draw. Big slapper hammered wide there by Lydia Mann.
What is it, Miri? Those Fergus Falls D, can they rifle the puck? I've seen some great shots.
Yeah, definitely, although they've missed the net more than their coaches would like.
Yeah.
Wings able to get control. They got it up to Hansen and trying to go to O'Brien, and that one will come all the way through. McKeever is going to cover it up. Probably unnecessary in a way there, but I don't know that you never discourage your goalie, I guess, from if they feel they need to do that. Off the draw, Wings get control, and that shot never quite made it to the net. Werner up with it and couldn't connect with Sherry Johnson, but Doesn't make it far enough to be an icing there as Haley Matson back to pick it up. Dig for it along the wall. The Wings able to pull it off the wall now. O'Brien trying to get that puck out. Comes loose. Here's a chance in the slot, and a nice save by Launderville there as Oman made a bid for a goal right there for Fergus Falls.
The Oman's been barking at the door all night. You know, she's had some good shots, some good moves. Just hasn't been able to get it past into the Armstrong Cooper net, but she's played very well. She's got some nice moves, some nice hands.
Fighting to get that loose puck, and it's passed over to an open wing. Lydia Mann back to get it first here for Fergus Falls. And thrown toward the net. McKeever directs it to the corner. Maddie Cope there. Now she falls as the pass still gets to her though, and then a giveaway. Shot fanned on. Winter banks it back down low here for the Wings. Sophie Zimmerman puts it out front. Here's McKeever making a save, and then it rolls loose again. Winter gaining control here for AC. They almost got one past McKeever here.
Nice play and a nice setup and a nice shot.
Battle for it along the wall. Down to a minute to play here in the hockey game, and Fergus Falls able to preserve the shutout there in the last moment. Here's Lydia Mann. Mann teeing it up. Here's her drive, and Launderville makes the stop and will hang on to force a faceoff.
Launderville with a nice save there. That's had a little velocity on it, but really a shot.
Boy, the Wings really getting into position quick. They want to try to, get a goal here.
Yeah.
Late in the game, you could have said that maybe there wouldn't even be much more play after that faceoff, but they hustled to get in there. But instead, Fergus getting a chance here as a shot goes wide from Sherry Johnson. And now there's a chance for 2-on-1 for the Wings. Opportunity for Quinn over, and the shot missed by O'Brien, and then Quinn ran into the net, and the net comes off, and that will probably do it for our contest here tonight. So Fergus Falls kind of set the tone by scoring on that first shift of the game, Dan. Then they got two more in the period to go up 3-0, and just kind of a workmanlike effort from there.
Well, we saw, like I said, 4 games that they lost by 1 goal. So, they could easily be over 500 right now. They're not as, they're a pretty good team, and they showed it tonight. I like the way they went at the net. They played it hard and kicked in a power play. Good hockey team. They'll get a tremendous challenge tomorrow with the Champlain Park Rebels, and we'll see how they match up there. Armstrong Cooper, going to take a little while. Like I said, they're young, and they need to get some breaks here. And if a few of those pucks could have gone in, Jay, like you said, might have changed the story here as the game went on. But Fergus Falls, dominating performance tonight.
Happy New Year, Dan. Thanks so much for your help again this week, and we'll be seeing you again before long.
Same to you, Jay. Thank you.
6-0 Fergus Falls, our final score here, and we thank you for joining us again for coverage of the 21st annual Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. Again, both these teams have one more game coming up on Saturday the 31st. For all of our crew at CCX Sports, thanks so much for joining us here from New Hope Ice Arena. I'm Jay Wilcox. Again, your final, Fergus Falls 6, Armstrong Cooper 0.